What's going on, guys? This is the Sentrepreneur here today with a new video. Today I wanted to bring you a review of one of my favorite super popular fragrances. This is Bleu de Chanel. And this is my review. Before we get into this is the Eau de Toilette. I have smelled the Eau de Parfum in the past. It did not impress me at all. I like this better. That's just me. I know a lot of guys swear by the EDP, but this review is for the EDT, although they're pretty similar, honestly. Now, what are you gonna smell out of Bleu de Chanel, one of the most popular men's fragrances? I don't know if it's all time, but definitely right now in the past 5 years, or a little more even. This is one of the most popular for good reason. It smells amazing. I've heard this described as the way a man should smell, and absolutely. It's got that typical generic cologne vibe that a lot of the popular designers have these days, and really it's just amazing. It just smells great. There's nothing off-putting, there's nothing daring. Well, not really. It's just good. It's just that good. And really, it just makes me think about the way a guy should smell. What you're gonna get as far as notes go. I get like a kind of minty grapefruit. If you've smelled, say, Xerjoff Renaissance, I kind of get like, where that's like a minty citrus, I get like a minty citrus out of this, except as well in Bleu de Chanel there's ginger and incense, and that gives it this somewhat aloof, mysterious vibe that has made it the bestseller that it is, most likely. Very mysterious smell, very sexy, kind of buttery almost. Yeah, for me ginger really makes fragrances buttery, and wow, it does great in Bleu de Chanel. I'm sure you've never heard somebody describe blue as buttery before, but that's what I get anyway. Rich, I guess, would be a better word. Now, what are you gonna get as far as performance? Another reason this fragrance is an all-star is the performance. You know, you're gonna get 10 to 12 hours for sure. It's just fine. That's how long a scent like this should last. That's perfect. You don't want, well, really you don't want much more, and you don't want any less. That's a whole day pretty well of wearing, and that's just perfect as far as projection goes. Of course, it gets a little more dull towards the end, but for the first few hours and really about halfway through, it projects quite nicely, 1 to 2 feet. And even after that, it sticks around as like a nice little barrier around your skin, and it's awesome, guys. Now, is blue a compliment getter? I don't even have to answer that, really. Yeah, big time. Big time. It made my top 10 most complimented fragrances. It was on the far side of 5, if I'm not mistaken. That's because I don't wear it a whole lot, but when I do, it gets compliments pretty well every time you wear it. It's just, you're a guy. Nobody's gonna complain if you smell like Bleu de Chanel. Now, that being said, is this one sexy? Do women find this one sexy? Yep, they sure do. Surprise, surprise. How a man should smell is pretty sexy. Yeah. Man. I've had some really great reactions from women, but I do want to say, as far as this one goes, I don't wear this on first dates. I'll tell you why. Because it's so popular, it's a lot of guys' signature scent, and she's probably gonna have smelled this before. And it very well could have been an ex. It was for me in the past. I've smelled like a few girls' exes in the past, and it just, it's not a great feeling. Even just to hear that is kind of a mood killer. But anyway, I don't wear this on first dates, but if you find a girl who doesn't have an ex that used to smell like this, you're golden, man, because they love this stuff. What kind of guy is gonna wear this, and where is he going to wear it, and what season? Any guy, any occasion, and really any season. You might want to be a little careful in the heat, but really, really versatile, guys. I'm gonna have, it might even be out by now, depending on when you're watching this, a list of versatile designers coming out, and this is right at the top. It's near the top, guys, and man, anywhere it's perfect as a signature scent. You can literally wear this from work to casual to the club. It's perfect. So is this one worth the money, guys? Yeah, it is. You know, Bleu de Chanel has just got everything going for it. It smells good. It's got that compliment getting vibe. It lasts. It performs so well. It's a bestseller. Good reason. Completely worth the money, even at retail, in my opinion. EDT or EDP, depending on which one you like more. All right, guys, so my closing thoughts and the rating for this one. Well, really, I've said everything I have to say about this one. It smells great. It's how a man should smell. The big complaint I have, I guess, with it would be that it is very generic, but what are you gonna do? I knew what I was getting into with this one. I knew it was generic. We all know how generic this one, Sauvage, all those fragrances are, but they're just good, and they're bestsellers for good reason. I love Bleu de Chanel. A bit generic, and you know, everybody knows this one. If you're a guy and you're even somewhat into cologne or fragrances, you know Bleu de Chanel, and for that reason it does get docked a little bit for me, although it does smell amazing. And like I said, it's got everything going for it. So guys, my rating for Bleu de Chanel, factoring in that it is pretty generic and that it's very well known. A lot of guys are going to be wearing this. You're going to smell the same as a lot of other guys. I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. You know, I couldn't go any higher. This one is not quite a 9 for me, but also putting it at 8 didn't feel right either. It's so good. It's really so good, and even though it's so popular, if a guy comes to me and says, hey, I want one smell, I need a signature scent, it's gonna do me everywhere, all season, pretty well, this is at the top of my recommendations because it's just that good. So guys, this has been my review for Bleu de Chanel EDT. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of Bleu de Chanel? Is it too generic for you? Do you prefer the EDP? I haven't smelled it in a bit, but I'm very content with the Eau de Toilette. It's fantastic. Is it a huge compliment getter for you? What do you think of those generic fragrances in general? Guys, this has been the Scentpreneur. If you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to my YouTube channel down below. There's new content coming out all the time. Fragrance reviews like this, top lists, first impressions, unboxings, it's all coming. Also, if you had fun watching this video, please toss me a big thumbs up down below as well. That'd be amazing. Guys, have an awesome day. Get out there and enjoy your awesome scents like Bleu de Chanel. I hope to see you in the next one, boys.